Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. We are going to finish our look at Harvester of Sorrow by Metallica by checking out Kirk Hammett's solo and then the harmony guitar section that's played by both Kirk Hammett and James Hetfield at the end. So let's take a look at that solo first that I just played. It's a short one, and it's it's pretty easy compared to most Kirk Hammett solos. So a little fast looking there, and that's about it. So let's take a look here. I'm on the neck pickup here to give it that kind of warmer sound that he's got. We're going to be doing bends at the 15th fret on the B string first. So you do like 4 or 5 bends, and then come up to the 17th fret, and then back down to 15. So we have this. All right, then that last, but you're going to do one more bend and release the 15th fret. Then grab 14 on the G, and then 2 bends at the 17th fret on the high E. All right, so far we have this. Now we have our first quick little lick here. Now it's a pattern though, so it's not that hard to get down. If you can just remember that it's a 3-note pattern that keeps descending. Now the notes he's going to be doing it all. So the idea here is he's going to pull off whatever he can. So we're going to start up here at the 15th fret on the high E. So let me just go through the notes real quick. 15, 14 on the high E, 17, 15, 14 on the B. And then 16, 14 on the G. So we have those notes. And what we're going to do is do a repeated descending sequence through it. So starting on the 15th fret, you're going to play that note, pull off to 14, and then pick 17 on the B string. So that was 3 notes down from the top note. Now you're going to go 3 notes down from the next note down, which is going to be 14. Then 3 notes down from the next note, which is 17 on the B string. Then 3 notes down from the 15 on the B. So that went over to 16 on the G string, you see that? And then 14 on the B. Now what he's doing is he's going to pick every note he has to, and then pulls off. It's a note on the same string. So when we did the new string, you got to pick the note, then starting over the next 3, pick the first 2, pull off, and then when you get to the 17th fret, you can pull all 3. Or pull 2, the last 2. And then 15, pull off to 14, pick 16 there on the G, and then pick 14 on the B, and pull off 16, 14. So it's those notes and just a descending 3-note pattern off of the top note. All right, when you get all the way to the bottom, then you do this, which is, it's a pull, hold that bend and release at the 16th on the G and pull off to 14. So he repeats that a few times. All right, then we have this. So that's 12, 14 on the G. Then hammer, then pull 11 to 12, back to 11 on the G. Over 14 on the A. Then that's hammering 14 to 15 on the A and sliding up to 19. And then we have this kind of this last section. It's got a fast lick that starts. It sounds like this. All right, so we're going to play kind of the same notes we did the descending lick on. It's going to be 14, 16 on the G, 14, 15, 17 on the B string. And the same thing, 14, 15, 17 on the high E. When you get that top note, slide up to the 19th fret. I'm sorry. All right, and then, so that's 17, 15, and then pick 15 again, hammer back on the 17, pull off 15, pull off 14. And then that's now just hammer 14 to 15, pull back off, 15, 17 on the beat. All right, now we get to the fun part. Well, that was pretty fun too, but this harmony section, it kind of, they really get a good groove going. So it's basically, as soon as you learn the first harmony part, the second harmony part is identical to it, just one string lower. So you can play either one that you want, or you have another guitar player. It's very easy to divide it. So I'm going to do the high harmony part first here. So let me play through it for you real quick. All right, so some fun stuff there. So we're gonna start here with this ascending thing. All right, so we're gonna start with the power chord, and then a quick, it's a hammering 0 to 1 on the A, and pulling back off. A little quick little trill. And then it's 3, 5 on the A, 2 on the D, then muted 3 twice on the D string, to 5, 2, 3 on the G. And then kind of start doing a cool little groove on the low E open, the power chord. Now that's that same maneuver that's in the chorus right there, so it's pretty, you should already know that riff. All right, then we're gonna start going back up again. Slight difference though. The only difference is, instead of that last note being on the G string, it's on the 3rd fret on the D string. So we have this. Now you're going to end it now with the 1st fret power chord instead of the open power chord. So that was the exact same riff, pretty much done twice, except that last note in the harmony part was on a different string, and the last chord was either the open power chord or the 1st fret. And now we get to the part where he starts doing all the licks. Now it sounds like this. All right, so that's the top harmony part. Now what I'm doing here is I'm doing a quick little pull off from 3, 2 to 0 on the G string. And then back, we're gonna pick now, palm muted, 2, 3, 2, 0 on the G. So we have this. Now you're gonna end that little lick with a pull off 3, 2, 0 on the D. So we have this. And then we're down to kind of grooving on that low E power chord. And then we do the lick again. We start it the same way, but it's a little bit different. So we're going to start with that same 3, 2, 0 pull off. And then 2, 3, 5, 3. That's palm muted. And then do the pull off again, 3, 2, 0 on the G string this time. So we have this. And this time we're going to end it with the power chord on the 1st fret on the low E. So let me play through those real quick. Well, actually slower. Here we go. All right, and then we go back through it the same way we did it the first time. And now, basically, that's you want to consider that one time through, right? This. So that was one time through. So we start back over. But now this second ending is slightly different. That's just, so that's the same notes we did before, but it's got this different ending. Well, this comes in. And then we're back to start the whole thing over again. So now that was the third ending was the same as the second. So let me play through the whole section really slow just so you can grasp what's going on where. Here we go. All right, and then we're back to that main riff. Now that ending real quick, because we're going back to that harmony section real quick. It's 3, and then the open A, the open D, and then right from there, back to that same ending where you're hitting the low E string 1, and then the full power chord, and then twice on the low E, and then the power chord. Play this. And then we are back to the same part, which is basically that's the first half of each of those harmony riffs, which is straight down to the chord. And the kind of music stops there. Now, that was the top harmony part. The bottom harmony part, luckily, is the exact same frets, except everything's up one string. So when you're starting here, when you're doing the, you instead of starting on the G string, start on the D string. So you can see that first one, I'm starting it on the D, and then pulling it off on the A string. Before I did this. And then the second half of it is instead of this. So whenever you're doing those little single note riffs right there, whenever you're doing those little licks, it's the exact same notes, just one string higher. And you'll have the second harmony part if you have another guitar player you can play with. You guys can jam that together and it sounds pretty cool. Alright, so that's about it for Harvester of Sorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.